So are you wondering where I get all my stuff, all my dishes and floral, etc., etc.? And are you wondering why I do 3 tablescapes a month? Well, in today's video, I'm going to answer those questions and I'm going to share one of my biggest passions in life, which is competitive tablescaping. Hi, I'm Bonnie Overman. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope my channel will inspire you to lead a more productive, creative, and stylish life at any age, always on a budget. And in case you're wondering, again, as I say, I'll be 70 years old this year, and if I can do it, you can do it too. I want to thank my subscribers. I love every single one of you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so you don't miss any of my lifestyle, decorating, DIY, and shopping haul videos. All right, you guys, so where do I get all the dishes, the mats, the chargers, the flowers, all the stuff? Well, I have been doing competitive tablescaping at LA County Fair for the past 25 years. That's over 25 tables, actually. Some years I did 2 tables. And recently I've just started at Orange County Fair. Today's video is the first in 3 videos. If you've ever wondered about the process, how do these people do this? What kind of people are they? Where do you start? I'm going to show you in 3 videos. Today's the very first video. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the planning and development. I'm going to give you a small tour with some pictures I've done in the past and my ribbons, and why I have my ribbons on the wall. It's not to brag at all. And I'm also going to tell you my theme this year and how I'm going to interpret the theme on the table, and a little bit about judging. The second video is going to be my table in all 3 stages, from the basic background to the basic display to finishing touches. And the third video is going to be my finished table at the fair. And I'm going to show you what I got and what the judges said about my table. You don't want to miss this. I don't know of anybody else that's done this on YouTube. So it's going to be something that's really, really interesting, I think. Anyway, first of all, I want to take you in my hallway. I want to show you some of my pictures and my ribbons. And let's take a look at that now. Welcome to my hallway. I just wanted to show you some of the ribbons I've gotten over the years. By the way, the orange ones here, those are best of show. The green one up here was a viewer's choice. That was for my breakfast at Tiffany's. And I'll show you that table right there. And here's an assortment of best of shows. And then down here in this one is all blue is first place and red would be second place. And then here's some of my most latest ones I've won. Now this first place ribbon came from my dear friend Carol. A year I didn't win anything and she thought I should have, so she gave me a ribbon. And then this is another sweet card from one of my good friends also. But I want to go through and show you, this was my very first best of show. This was a vineyard theme. It was Days of Wine and Roses. This was my Out of Africa, after the Out of Africa movie. This one was one of my first Pirates of the Caribbean. Here's that breakfast at Tiffany's, and I did one later that was Christmas at Tiffany's. Here's my Under the Sea one. This was Breakfast in the Water Garden, and by the way, that's not real water right there. I made it look like faux water. This was not the fair table, but it was one of my pirate Halloween tables. Here's my Wicked table with my witch on it. This one was Dinner at the White House. And this one was my first King Tut table I did. And this was Phantom of the Opera. And that's me standing in front of a Alice in Wonderland table. All right, I just wanted to show you guys, to show you indeed. In other words, give a little bit of credibility. But again, I keep this outside my bathroom because every morning I see this and it reminds me to go for it. Okay, Welcome back from that. Now, I want to say something, and I want to be very clear about it. I do not put those pictures or ribbons on my wall in any way to brag to anybody. It's for me. It's right outside my bathroom. So when I walk out of my bathroom, I see that on the wall, and it reminds me to go for it, to make every day the best day I can, to really put in the extra effort, to be creative. That's why I have it on the wall, for no other reason. Otherwise, I could pack it all away, but it's fun just to remind myself to go for it. That's kind of my pep talk every morning. And I wanted to show you that I'm credible, that I've been doing this and I have won some ribbons. So I've entered the Orange County Fair. It's a very country-ish fair. I did pick the category, choose whatever you want. So I've been wanting to do a fall barn wedding. So today I want to talk about that theme and how I'm going to develop it on the table. So I always say I want the judges to look at my table, or anybody, and know what it is. You don't have to go up and try and figure it out. So what am I going to do to make it look fall, like it's in a barn and a wedding? Well, I'll go through those one by one. So fall time, I think the biggest thing for me on the table was to do leaves. I love, and by the way, I'm not doing bright orange. I'm doing caramels and rust. Any pumpkins are going to be white or very kind of rusty color. I'm going to be doing leaves, pumpkins, some raffia, some antlers. I do a lot of antlers in my fall and winter type arrangements. I just really like the texture. Again, adding all these different materials and texture really makes your table interesting. And the warm colors, that's all going to read fall. You're going to walk up and know it's fall time. What makes it read that it's in a barn? Well, you got to have a barn wall, right? So on the back of the table, I have taken a piece of wood and made it look like slats of shiplap, old barn colored, kind of medium to dark tones with knots. It's just very rustic looking. So when you look at it, you think, oh, that's an old barn. So I actually did that on the back. And I'm going to show you how I did that, how I attached it to the table, because you got to have it so it's not going to fall over. So you have to be almost an architect also, besides being a table setter or a designer or whatever you want to say. So barn wood, it's a very casual feel. It's not a dressy formal. I didn't put my Waterford crystal on the table. I also brought in a little bit of the barn and country and bead in the country, deer. My bride and groom are deers, and they're on top of a cake, which you'll see, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And again, with deers come antlers, and the black and white and burlap. It's just very much barn and country type of thing. Let's look at my last part, wedding. What's going to make it look like a wedding, that they know it's a bride and groom's table, okay? Number one is there's a Mr. and Mrs. sign done on black banner with white chalk paint. So it's going to look like, it's a Mr. and Mrs. table. It's the bride and groom table. I'm going to have a wedding cake as the centerpiece of the table, a two-tier wedding cake. It's just for the bride and the groom. And then to make it more country, I'm actually going to put some pies on the table too, some fake pies. But it's a bride and groom table, so they sit side by side. They're not facing each other. They're actually side by side. There's a little bit of lace I've incorporated in the table that reads kind of wedding, and abundant flowers. What looks more wedding? And I picked ivory roses. I didn't want a colored rose. I wanted ivory roses. If you see tons of ivory roses in a beautiful greenery arrangement, you think wedding. So I think those things are going to make my table really, really pop. And I'll get into all the details in my next video, and you're going to see the basic backdrop, how I constructed it and put it on, then the tableware I chose, and the wedding cake and the pies that I made. I think you're really going to enjoy that. I did want to finish this video with letting you know kind of how we're judged. Here's how they judge you, and you want to get, of course, 100%. 20% of your score is for theme. Did your table interpret the theme correctly? 25% is appearance. How does it look? Are things clean and neat and tidy? 30% is creativity and originality. 25% is accuracy. I will put a menu on the table. That menu has to coincide with the dishes forks and glassware that's on the table. If it doesn't, you get marked down points. You want as close to 100 points as you can get. Okay, you guys, it's a roller coaster, so here we go. And I can't wait to show you my next video. You're gonna see the table come to life. Meantime, I hope you liked this video. I hope you got a little inspired. Maybe you should enter one of the fairs. And I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.